Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Cards. How you doing? I'm doing good because this is my second cup. And I really think something's wrong with my computer because it goes bright and then dim, bright. If anyone knows if that's actually a computer problem, let me know. If there's something I can fix, that'd be super cool. So anyways, probably will only be staying on till like around 9:30 today. So we'll see how much stuff we can get in. Do you guys remember when I got these, the Celtic Tree Oracle? I feel like I just need to like pull at least like one card, you know what I mean, for the collective on this. If you guys remember when I got this card deck and I looked up the name, not looked up the name, there's Heather's in this somewhere, you know what I mean? And it was like this beautiful message about like just being like a shining star and, you know what I mean? Like a beautiful white light and that kind of thing. So I'm definitely going to have to pull a card at least from that today. Good morning, Kyla. Good morning, Christine. Good morning, Meg. How are you guys? Wow, it's so funny, Kayla, because it's like, um, I totally like that name Connor has been like last night it stood out to me and I was like, oh my gosh, there's gonna be something with Connor. You know what I mean? So, okay. So we'll see what we can do. But for right now, I need to. Oh my God, this is so cool, you guys, because like this card is like the first one in this book. So I'm just gonna do this really quick while everyone gets on, right? Um, and we'll see what we can do for you, Kayla. Okay. Oh wow, this is so cool. All right. So, it says endings and new beginnings, cleansing and purification, right? Overcoming difficulties, shredding the old, new stuff coming out, you know what I mean? And it talks about we are going through a transformation. Let me see. All right. You may have to tie up loose ends and let go of what is no longer needed. And it talks about forgiving yourself and others. Sorry, as you guys know, I don't know these cards very well, but I obviously I don't. This is like the second time. Like the first time was just when we talked about it, and then now, you know what I mean? And it's like really long-winded in the description, but it says it offers peace and healing and conflict. You know what I mean? And then it says, take a look at your new year with a higher perspective. Allow your higher self to inform you. Breathe in her deepest message, which is love and light. Right? Remind yourself that the true wisdom comes from the heart. Allow yourself to look at life and the world around you with new eyes, right? Lay aside your judgments, right? So this card is just really talking to us about being aware of like the endings, you know what I mean, and new beginnings coming up, right? And looking at it from a different perspective. Don't really think of it like as is, you know, if a relationship is ending or you feel like it should end, if you feel like someone is not for you, if you guys are having too much trouble together, you know, I mean, look at it from a different point of view as opposed to what you're losing, what you could be gaining. And then also, you're also gaining a lot of time too, because how many of us stay with people that we shouldn't have been staying with? You know what I mean? Sorry, I say you know what I mean, and you know what I'm saying a lot. So not just with this, but it's like with everything that is either not going right in our lives or, you know what I mean, that we're having challenges with, looking at it from a new perspective. And I have to tell you, like the number one thing that comes to my mind right now is looking at the people in our lives that are giving us trouble, that are giving us, you know what I mean, a hard time, instead of looking at them like, oh my God, like here we go again, like they're like a bad person, or you know what I mean, they don't, you know, they make my life so much harder. It's like looking at what they're teaching you by making your life so much harder. You know what I mean? And that's something that I didn't really realize until after my mom passed away. And it was like, wow, she was one of my best teachers and I had no idea. You know what I mean? Because she was who she was, it required me to be stronger, to find my inner strength. It required me to be more independent. It required me to really dig deep and you know, push through things. And if she had been any different, then I wouldn't have been the same person, right? So that's something to think about too. And then think about other people in your life, you know what I mean? That, you know, maybe you can even thank them for being, you know, absent or distant or, you know what I mean, not being who you needed them to be because they're exactly who you actually did need them to be. Right. Oh yeah, Erica, they're not like so I did one live with them, but I'm only doing one card today for it because they are like whoo, they're deep, you know. So let's see. Oh, hey, good morning, Danette. Mm, yes. Okay. Oh my gosh, Lynn, you got my book. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, like I really want to go deeper I really want to go deeper with the book thing. Well, because my book, you can literally read it like in an hour, right? And that's what I wanted. I wanted like straight into the point, and then you can like dig in deeper. And it was really funny, you guys. I just have to tell you, like I was on this like coaching call yesterday, and was one of my students, and I'm like, she made me cry, literally made me cry because she just did those couple of steps that I did in the book. And like, she's been sleeping better and she's been feeling better and she's been more confident. And it's like, I literally started crying because it wasn't a reading, right? So readings, I try to remain, a vessel, remain unbiased. But I was like, oh my God, like, what I mean? You can literally change lives too. And you can literally help people with the knowledge that you have, and you can shine your light and tell people what worked for you. And what I mean, it could work from them. And when you actually see it work and help others, you're just like, all right. And so here's another thing, you guys. So I totally have not cleaned up my desk. So if you guys see my Instagram story or Facebook story or whatever like that, I have not cleaned it up yet. I really need to, right? So the butterfly, I definitely feel guided to go for the butterflies. And you guys know that if I choose this card deck, like it just like when this card deck comes up for me, because remember the first time I ever used it and it said end of an era, you know what I mean? And that's when I found out my mom had cancer. And it was like the cards were even saying, oh, if you had an opportunity to spend time with family this weekend, you should. And we had no idea that was going to be our last family get together with my mom. Like, had no idea, And we had nothing planned on the books because we didn't find out she had cancer till Wednesday. And the cards were pulled on Sunday. So this card deck, like when I get it, and when I feel drawn to it, it just means like big transformation changes, you know what I mean? Big things, you know what I mean? Like on the horizon. And they might be things that you are actually noticing, or they might be things that, like on the deeper level that is transforming within inside of you. Okay. And see, like they're like so strong. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's see what we can do. Okay. Let me see something so I can actually see your names. Because if you're on like what is that called? If you're on like the Facebook group or on YouTube and watch, you have to like give permission for StreamYard to use your name. That's what I use. Oh, it's Diane. Okay, Diane and Tara. Good morning. Okay, so oh my gosh, look at this. Healthcare change, right? And so this is talking about something needs to really change inside your healthcare. Maybe you need to go to a different doctor. Maybe you need to do a little bit more like therapy and that kind of stuff, right? And I love how like teachers nowadays are like, oh my gosh, you have got to go some kind of therapy. You know what I mean? Whether it's like behavior therapy, talk therapy, and everything like that. Everyone needs like a therapist, right? Because what we end up doing is that we use people around us as therapists, and then we start hurting their relationship. You know what I mean? It's like we don't need our husband or our wives or kids or our parents to be our therapist. You know what I mean? We actually need to go to that professional. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, you're vomiting all this yucky energy, and you don't need to go on to them. You know what I mean? The therapist can handle themselves. You know what I mean? And so this is actually like really, really funny, you guys. I'm going to be totally honest, right? So, oh my gosh, Tara, this is your sign. Better start the water therapy. Okay, so I don't know if you guys know this or not, and I'm just going to be like totally like honest with you guys because just in case someone else is going through this too. But I didn't know this, but I'm actually going through menopause, right? My estrogen is almost at like a zero, right? And I am 37 years old, and I think I caught it pretty on because I realized that something was up with my body, and today, like I wanted to use estrogen patch, right? Because it takes me a while to get on the natural things, you know what I mean? Like I'm already like behind on supplements, and you know what I mean? Just like I eat really good, but it's like I need to eat more really good stuff. And I was just looking at my estrogen patch that I'm wearing, and it's like I have like a little bit of a rash, and I've on it for 3 weeks, and I have to put it in different areas, and each of the different areas, you guys, like I can still see where I put the patch, and then all of a sudden this card comes up. Right. So it's just kind of like if you were thinking even like today or yesterday, like, okay, is this supplement right for me? Like, should I do this? You know what I mean? Is there something wrong? You know what I mean? This is your sign that yes, like you really need to be, looking more into that. And I love, Christine, that you're going to a new neurologist. Yes. Oh, my neurologist was Dr. Ranganathan. Do you know him? And I have another neurologist too. It's on 12 Mile and Hoover. So, yeah, so I would like to know who your neurologist is, but you can always message me. Okay. And Tara, it's like it's a new adhesive the drug pump companies are using. Yes, I was thinking about that. And then when I read it, it was talking about like, you know how when you Google stuff, right? It's like, okay, it might be something else, And yeah, they had the pills for the estrogen because maybe that would be a little bit better. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe that would be a little bit better. So definitely this is our sign, you know what I mean, that we're going to, do something new within our health, like so going to a new doctor. If you're going to the doctor, keep it up, you know what I mean? But if you're not getting anywhere with your current doctor, this might be one be like, okay, you need to get someone else involved, you know what I mean? A naturopath, a herbalist, you know what I mean? Or another one, get a second opinion, Like I remember my son, like they told me that he had a cavity when he was like I don't even know, like 3 years old or something like that, maybe four. And, I, for some reason, I was going through a divorce and I couldn't get it filled. I felt like a horrible parent, but, I took him to the next dentist I could. And I was like, oh, he needs a cavity that needs to be filled. And they're like, no, he doesn't. And I was like, are you serious? They were about to drill into my kid's teeth, right? Just to earn money. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so crazy, right? And now he literally just got a very slight cavity, his very first one, 18 and a half years old. So, oh, you reacted to a band-aid? Wow, I am not that sensitive. Okay. I thought it was my thyroid, got labs done, perimenopause. How fun. I know. And you're really young too, Teresa, aren't you? This is freaking ridiculous. You know what I mean? It makes you wonder, like, what the hell is going on? Why are we going, like, I don't get it. Mm-hmm. And by the way, you guys, I just have to tell you, my gynecologist is Dr. Love. Isn't that not perfect? I love Dr. Love. So if you're looking for someone, he is freaking amazing. Like when I was going through like my cancer thing, I went to him and he was like, I can't do your surgery. Because I was going to another gyno and he's like, I can't do your surgery. He was like, there's too high of a chance that it's cancer and you're gonna need to have more things taken out. And it was so funny because I fell in love with him. And so even though I went to my oncologist and she took it out and she ended up taking everything out, you know what I mean, complete hysterectomy, because if I left one ovary, I went back to him. So he's awesome. Oh my gosh, you'd be 45. Girlfriend, Teresa. Okay, now Teresa, you're gonna have to give us some of the tips. You definitely don't look 45. That is freaking awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think it's so incredibly funny that we are talking about like, the stuff that we're talking about and then like emotions come up, right? And then is this Tara? Okay, I think it's Tara. No, it's Diane. Okay, they threw me on pills because at my age I shouldn't be having a period, and boom, I started again. They put me on hormones to help. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So someone love knows Dr. Love. Oh my gosh, Diane, you know Dr. Love. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, sorry guys. I know we're getting off. I don't know if there's any men on here, but we're having a good girls chat or chat, right? So it's just so cool. And Tara goes to Dr. Prey. So here you go. You guys getting some good recommendations, right? So this is like talking about emotions. So definitely on Tuesday, you might have like a higher emotional state, right? So like yesterday, like me and my husband had like this really awesome date night, and I started getting emotional at the end. I started getting really like upset about something. I really don't remember what it was, but it was like I just remember thinking like I have to say something. I have to say something. Then I'm like, Heather, you're emotional. Don't say anything. You're gonna ruin the night. You know what I mean? It's your emotions. You know what I mean? Your hormones, if you will. Like it's that. Don't talk when you're emotional. And sure enough, I went ahead and I just like simmered down. I don't know what it was. It's marriage, so it could have been that he looked at me the wrong way or something, right? And so it was so funny because I didn't do it. So on Tuesday, that's really what we need to do. We need to like not be emotional. Not respond when we're emotional. Understand that we might be more emotional than usual, right? Even if you get maybe some news and that kind of stuff, right? Just know that your emotions are going to carry away with you. And I do that. Like anytime that I get some news, you know what I mean? It's like it could be like a health thing or a family member or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like you get those emotions and then you let them right out and then you go almost into, okay, what can we do to help mode? You know what I mean? So like when I found out I was going through menopause, I was like crying and I was like, oh my God, and I'm old. And you know what I mean? I was like, what the hell? Like, you're not supposed to be going through this early. And so I took some time and then, you know what I mean? I'm like, okay, let's do this. And honestly made me feel better because now I realize the reason why that I was feeling the way that I was feeling. Okay, let's see. All right. Okay, it's a tattoo on my shoulder, a butterfly. Oh my gosh, Annette, like you are totally in the right spot because I feel like every single Sunday there's like something that happens that is like that totally like just resonates with you. That just totally shows that like okay, I'm on the right path, like I'm in the right spot. And I love this because it's like spirit has don't knows where you are at like 9 o'clock on Sunday. I just think it's so funny. Oh my gosh, you guys talk about the hot flashes. That's what happened. That's how I knew something was wrong was because I'm always cold. And like I wasn't sweating, but I was like, oh my God, it's so hot in here. My husband's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. Turn the fan on. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And that's when I realized there's something wrong with me. Oh my gosh. realization and epiphanies. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, I love epiphanies, you know? So it's like, okay, you're really probably, like I said, this is like a transformational kind of week, you know what I mean? Internally or externally, you know what I mean? You know, big changes, you know what I mean? It could be big changes within your mind, or, you know what I mean? With the stuff that's going on around you, you know what I mean? And so it's just like really making sure that you're trusting yourself, you know, especially like on Wednesday and that kind of thing, when you're having these aha moments and that kind of stuff. It's like, definitely just keep on rolling with it. You know what I mean? Just keep on, you know what I mean, with that thought process. And, you know what I mean? Anytime that you are getting those ideas to follow through with them, right? Still seeing yellow flowers. It was funny. I was seeing yellow flowers during readings yesterday. Yes. So it's like doing that. And then also, like, I really feel like, you know, butterflies as a symbol from like past loved ones, and noticing that you're going to get those. Oh my gosh, I just now realized. Do you remember Darlene? She was like my other mom who passed away. Like, so it was my mom, and then it was Aunt Juju, and then it was, let's see, then it was 9 months later, Darlene passed away, and Darlene was like mom to me. She really helped me. And I totally forgot until now, you guys, that Darlene, she came over my house when I moved in here because I was living in her basement. So you guys remember the basement apartment? It was Darlene's basement I was living in. She got me this butterfly, like dead butterfly or whatever, in a frame, like a real dead butterfly. Apparently that was supposed to be really sweet, but you know what I mean? I was kind of grossed out about it. But yeah, so that was like one of her signs. And I did not even realize it till now. And it was a blue butterfly that she gave me. And I'm like, oh my God, like right now I'm like, hi Darlene, I love you. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't even, you know, you don't even realize that it's actually, oh my God. And then look, that was the only blue butterfly. And that's what Darling gave me. I ended up having to throw it out because maggots actually started forming inside of it. So whoever like did the, I don't even know what you call it, the stuffing of that butterfly did not do a good job. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys. Okay, I gotta block someone. 1 second. Okay. All right. Okay, I will be full of emotions this week. My mom is going to be an hour and a half away from me. I'm happy but sad at the same time. Oh my gosh. Yes. So this is totally making sense for you, Danette, right? And it's like sometimes I'll say Wednesday, but like sometimes the energies might carry over into other days. You know what I mean? It's kind of like the weather, you know? You love hot flashes in the winter. See, like I don't see a different perspective, right? And Michelle's like, so far, no symptoms for me yet. Oh my gosh, good girl, good girl, good girl. You know what I mean? But at least we have like, we know, you know, we know why, you know, things are happening, you know, kind of like with my weight gain too. Right? It's like because, oh yeah, you don't have any of that estrogen, and it's really, really difficult for you to maintain your weight or even lose weight when you don't have estrogen, right? And then my bone loss too, right? I have significant bone loss, and that's because estrogen has probably been low for a while, and I didn't realize the signs, right? So, anyways, yes. Oh, good morning, Victoria. Oh my God, I just love that Victoria came on because I'm not sure if you guys know. Like, you okay? Wait, one thing really quick before I pull this card, right? You can think of everything as a miracle, or you can think of nothing as a miracle, right? Me, I choose to believe that everything is a miracle, and everything is just little baby little signs from the universe, little nuggets, little sprinkles, if you will. And so I just love that, like Diane, Victoria just pops on like that because that was my mom's real name. My mom's biological real name when she was born was Victoria, and they changed it to Ellen. So as soon as Victoria comes on and I just see her name pop up, I'm like, oh, it's Victoria, you know? So thank you, Victoria, for that message. Okay, so what are we talking about? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're on Thursday, courage, right? So courage, ready? Courage is still being fearful and going forward, still having that fear, feeling it, and keep on going forward, right? So yes, like definitely Dinette. Oh, no way, Dinette. Wednesday is the day she's leaving. No wonder. Oh my gosh. And now look, Dinette, sorry. Look at this. And then Thursday is the courage of keep on moving forward, keep on moving, doing something that, you know what I mean, you're uncomfortable with, and keep on moving on. You know what I mean? It's like you may not like what you're doing, and that's okay, but you have to just keep on going forward. So this is talking about too, like if you have any opportunities to do something, going ahead, you know what I mean? If you're feeling, you know, guided to make that change, you know what I mean? Going ahead, you know, making that change. And it's like you're not ever going to feel ready. By the way, I feel like someone else needs to hear that right now. You know, you're not ever going to feel ready. You just have to do it. You know what I mean? You just have to push yourself. You know what I mean? And it's like you might be scared and you might be whatever, but you got to dig deep and figure out, you know what I mean, the reason why that you feel called, right, to do whatever you need to do. You know what I mean? And then just go ahead and do it. And that's what I did. You know what I mean? Especially like with readings and stuff like that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so scared. You know what I mean? And it's like I need to get over this fear. And so it's like I did I did psychic fairs and I, did this and this, and then I'm like, okay, what else scares me? And I just kept on going and doing things that scared me. Oh my gosh. This is so incredibly funny, you guys. Just, oh my gosh. I'm just gonna look at that moving. And it's so funny, right? Danette, you know what I mean? It's the first thing I thought of was you know what I mean? Because it's like, yeah, this whole entire week has the theme of moving around you know what I mean? But it was really funny because I wonder like if you would actually move. Like that was going through my head, Danette. And then all of a sudden, like this card comes up too, you know what I mean? Because I was like, okay, you know what I mean? Having the courage to like move to a different area and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's just for Danette. I feel like it's for other people too. Because if you're thinking about, possibly moving, you know what I mean? Even houses, even moving out of state, you know what I mean? That kind of thing is something to really think about, right? So definitely like if you're feeling those nudges, you know what I mean, just look into it, right? Just look into it. It's like you can go ahead and look on Zillow and just have fun and just, you know what I mean, going ahead and exploring a little bit if you feel like moving or even feeling like you're moving jobs and that kind of thing. Like we keep ourselves in a bubble and we need to get out of the bubble, you know what I mean? We need to get out. We need to get out of the box. We need to think things differently, you know what I mean? It's like we just like, oh, I just can't do that because of X, Y, and Z. But it's like, do you understand that if we're incredible beings and it's like who knows what can happen? Like miracles can totally happen. And it's like you can go ahead and get money. Look at this now. We have stimulus checks coming. You know what I mean? Like who would have thought, like, 2 years ago that we would just have an extra $1,100 or whatever like that. So it's like you just never know where money can come from. And so keep just explore something, okay? This is like homework. Explore something that you can do to create some more movement in your life so that you can bring in something that you love. Like, so if you're looking for love, then you go ahead and then you move things around in your house and you would make room for other people. So if you're thinking about moving jobs and going ahead and just browsing what is out there, you know what I mean? Going to an online networking event, that kind of thing. Let's get some of that movement, that energy, going on Friday. Okay. Oh my gosh, wait a second. Is that Keta? Let me see. It is. Good morning, Keta. Yes. I love this. Diane's like, getting my butt up and moving is what I need. Oh my gosh. That's so incredibly funny. And then Diane's like, they needed to treat that butterfly before framing it. Yes. Yes, because it had the maggots in it. And you guys, I have been in this is okay. So, my elbow is getting better, by the way, right? My wrists are getting better, that kind of stuff. But I still want to be more gentle on my body because that's the thing I've been getting. So I've been going to like the gym every single day. I'm at the gym at 5 a.m. swimming because swimming is, really, good on your joints and that kind of stuff. So yes, Diane, you got to get up and moving. And I've been walking at least like 2 to 3 miles a day. And because walking, I keep my elbow straight. I don't have to bend it. Like when I run, I can't like keep my arm straight. I look like a lunatic, right? So let me see what you guys are talking about. Okay. It's only 7 a.m. in Colorado. That's why I'm getting late on. Oh my gosh. Yes. Totally a net. This is actually my second cup of coffee. I got up early and I had one without you guys. Okay, we are moving. My daughter and her hubby are moving. Oh my gosh. So many people moving. Oh my gosh. June 14th moving date closes on June 1st. Wow. Wow. Okay. Congratulations to your husband, Annette. And moving out of, and Christine's like, yes, moving out of my city and buying another house. It's scary, but it will definitely benefit me. Yes, just do it. Why not? I have lived in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 states and in a couple states in different areas. So 9. And it's really cool. You know what I mean? You just get to see different people and how they react. And it's like so incredibly funny. You're throwing stuff out. That is such a perfect one. Such a good thing to do. Oh, okay, I hate to bring up, but she was always moving furniture. Oh, I hate to bring up Ellie. Oh my gosh, Diane, my mom was always moving furniture around. Like she was really big with that. And by the way, Diane, she was like that my whole entire life. I'm not sure if you knew this or not. I forgot how long you guys known each other. My mom, but she was always moving stuff around. Okay, I think we should do these cards. Okay, should we do these cards? We should do these cards. Okay. I think I'm doing these cards. I used to use cards all the time. I love these cards. The angel therapy cards. Okay. What was my favorite state? Tennessee. Wow, did I say that too fast? Okay, I loved Tennessee. I lived in Alexandria, right? Which was this really, really small hick town. And I loved it because like going to work, and I worked at the number one Cracker Barrel in the US, you guys, right? Charlie Daniels came in one day when I was serving, like my first day on the floor. It's like, here's my table, and like literally, here's Charlie Daniels right here. Okay, if you guys don't know who he is, he's the guy that sings "The Devil Went Down to Georgia," right? And I am like, oh my God, here is freaking Charlie Daniels, right? But I absolutely love Tennessee because it was like literally a half hour to Nashville, right? So you had like this Las Vegas kind of life, like a half hour away. And then on the way to work, I would have like what seemed like mountains that I'd be driving in, but they were big giant hills. I don't think they were actually mountains, but they were like little mini mountains, big giant hills. And it was freaking gorgeous, right? And the winters weren't that bad. And then the summer, it was beautiful. But I really did love, I lived in Virginia Beach. That was awesome. I did not like Richmond. I do not like Richmond, Virginia. I live in Atlanta, Georgia area. That was okay. I lived in South Georgia and like the Hicks, you know what I mean, where there's Texas Longhorns across the street. That was really freaking cool. I lived in the mountains in Alabama and North Alabama. That was really freaking cool. I lived in Columbus, Ohio. That was really neat. But I love Tennessee. Oh my gosh, you knew my mom since the fourth grade for sure. Oh my gosh. Yes. Looking like a lunatic running in your arms right now. Oh my gosh, I love you, Erica. Okay, so sadly, I have to get going today. So we're going to do pick a card. Okay, so okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am so sorry, but I can't do coffee and cards next Sunday. So it's my husband's birthday. So we'll be back on, but I'll write a post up so you guys you guys can sleep in, you know what I mean? But I'll still like post the cards for the week, okay? All right, so we're gonna do pick a card now. Okay, so I don't think that you guys can see these. Okay, so we're gonna do pick a card now. So like I just kind of like here you go. Take some sage spray. This is what I do, right? Just moving some of the energy around, right? Getting your body ready to just, give you the message for like if it's going to be card A, B, or C, right? I do put my feet on the ground, but you don't have to. I don't know what the cards are, so I'm going to be as surprised as you are. I want to take a deep breath, and I'm just going to ask Spirit to please help guide us to a spirit message for our highest good. Please draw us to the card with a message that we need to hear the most. Okay, so when I say card A, card B, card C, see what one just really kind of stands out to you. Does it sound like I'm saying one louder than the other? Is there one that you seem resistant to? Because if so, that could be a message for you. So are you drawn to card A, card B, card C? So maybe you're not one that feels things. Maybe you're not one that hears things. So maybe you could come up with a color. A green light means yes. A red light means no. So when I say card A, do you feel a red light or a green light? Card B, red light or green light? Card C, red light or green light? Okay. I'll be honest with you guys. I really don't feel drawn to any of the cards, to be honest with you. Right? If anything, I feel drawn to like maybe card C just a little bit there, right? Oh, how is Hem doing? Oh my gosh, she's doing good. She's going to be on, I think, July 20th, which is Father's Day. She's going to be on Father's Day. So let me make sure. Yep. Coffee. Sorry. Yeah. So June 20th, Hem is going to be on. And thank you. I will tell him that. I'm so excited. I love it when it's his birthday, right? Okay. One moment. And then we'll get to doing this. Okay. One second. I don't know what some people's like, I don't know. I never heard that. You never heard what? I'm kind of curious because remember there's a delay. So, okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. I was going to say, okay. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Lisa was like, same too. I didn't feel guided to any of them. If I had to pick one, it would have to be C. So we'll see, right? I don't know what this card is. C. Ooh, shield yourself. I absolutely love this. You know what I mean? So of course, you know what I mean? when you shield yourself, you're shielding your energy, you know what I mean, from other people, because your energy is like blending with their energy. And then what ends up happening, you know what I mean, your aura, right? So your energy field. And then what happens is that it kind of absorbs into your energy field, it absorbs into your chakras, absorbs into your body, and then create illness, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but it's like, you shield in many different ways. You can pretend that you have a cloak on, you know what I mean? You can pretend that you have, you're in a box, you're in a bubble, that kind of thing, right? And what I do is I say, I only allow 100% love and light to come to my space. But what happens is that when you are like getting more like advanced, you know what I mean? When you are, more aware of your energy, then you don't have to shield, and you will just catch it in the moment, you know what I mean? When something is entering your energy field, right? So it's like, I don't really shield too much anymore, because when I'm with someone, all of a sudden I can feel it, if like anything negative or anything I don't like, and when I mean negative, I mean like bitchiness, you know what I mean, grumpiness and that kind of stuff. Those kind of energy, emotions or whatever, can make your way into your aura, and then it can make it way inside of you. And then even if it doesn't go inside of you, you can still feel that yuckiness, you know what I mean? You can still feel that, like, why all of a sudden am I grumpy? And it's not you being grumpy, it's someone else that, you can feel it in your aura. But then after a while, you're not going to have to shield, because you're going to be able to notice that right away, like in the moment. But you have to be really, really mindful when that happens, and you have to catch it. And a lot of us are really busy in our minds, and we can't catch it in the moment. So that's the reason why that shielding is really good. So this card is just saying that you also might have some energy vampires around you, and energy vampires are those who just kind of suck your energy out, and they don't really mean it. A lot of times they don't mean it. It's going to be a friend who keeps on calling and venting to you. It's going to be someone who keeps on wanting a lot of things from you. It's just like, even kids can be energy vampires, you know what I mean? So it's like, just noticing that someone is taking your energy, you know what I mean? And if you can shield yourself, or just be more mindful of it, and then blocking it when you do notice it, it's really, really going to help out a lot, because you're not going to be so tired. You're going to be able to make better decisions. You're going to be able to think more clearly. You're going to decrease your anxiety. You know what I mean? There's tons of things that can benefit if you shield. And then also like shielding like the news, if you watch it, I don't know, not in the news, you know what I mean? Just shielding your TV when you watch it. Anytime you're having political discussions, put your little phone, put a shield on your phone, because when you're scrolling and stuff like that, and you might even get mini triggered and not even realize it. But if you can shield it, then that energy is not going to be hitting you, and then it's not going to be creating issues within your body, right? So, okay, let me see. Oh my gosh, I love that. Tara's like, I wasn't drawn to anything, but I chose B because my dog's name is B. Yes. And Tina's like, I read your book, Anxiety to Angels, and still pray and shield my youngest before school. I need to shield myself because I've been drained lately. Yes, yes, yes. And I still do shield, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I practice to where it's like, okay, I understand now. Now I'm feeling triggered, and then I will shield. And then definitely even shielding your kids, you know what I mean? Because, oh my gosh, like, especially if they're empaths, you know what I mean? Especially if you notice that they have that extraordinary ability to like feel what other people are feeling, right? Yes, and take a moment and cleanse your energy. And you can cleanse your energy anywhere. You know what I mean? You can just imagine like a shower just comes out and then just washes over you, right? Diana Eden, you know what I mean? Like, she kind of just rubs her hands together, and you can do however long. They say 30 seconds, but you know what I mean? Just a little bit. And then you just kind of go like this and setting the intention that you are, that you're cleansing your energy. I'm not sure if you want to do that in the grocery store, but you can do that like at home. All day when work for few coworkers, I carry malachite and tourmaline. Yes, going ahead, carrying, you know what I mean, stones. If you want to carry like rose quartz, it will absorb the negative energies too. It's really good. Some people put it in their bra, right? Salt bath, yes, that's a really, really good one, especially at the end of the day. And that's like, I ask all the angels and spirits to take away negative, scary, irrational thoughts when they enter my mind. That's such a good one. That is such a good one. Okay, so here's B, you guys. This B is literally my favorite card in this deck, and I did not choose it. So B is talking about the ascended masters are with you, right? So this is going to be like masters like Krishna, Jesus, Kuan Yin. Who else is here? Dare I say Jesus, right? So you have like all these amazing masters, and look at that. That is actually literally Kuan Yin, which is all about peace. You know what I mean? And it's really sad because I'm not sure if you guys know this or not, but the swastika was actually her. You'll see the swastika with Kuan Yin, because it used to be the symbol of peace, right? And then not anymore, right? Now we don't associate it with it. But just in case if you guys ever do see it, you might see it at some like Asian stores and that kind of thing, right? So anyways, the set of masters are with you. So that means that they are guiding you. You know what I mean? So look for those 333 number, when you see 333, for me, that's definitely always ascended masters. It also might mean that you are going through a lot right now. It might be like you're trying to overcome challenges. Don't be doing it by yourself. Just knowing that there's a lot more people out there guiding you, not people, I should say spirits out there guiding you, being sure that you ask them for help too, right? And it's like, just also knowing that it's a two-way conversation between spirits. So you can literally talk back to them and be like, okay, what am I supposed to do? What is my next step? You know what I mean? And then it's like, if you can't get those answers, you know what I mean? I always ask for external signs, you know what I mean? Like, is this in my best interest or is this my best interest? And then trying to get those external signs, I think is really, really good when you're having a hard time trusting yourself or if your body's not doing really good, right? Because your intuition comes through yourself, right? But it's like, if you say, okay, show me a cat if I'm on the right path, like if I really do need to see a new doctor, you know, and then you see that cat, then that's your sign, you know what I mean? And it's awesome because if you don't see the cat, then you know that your brain is always looking for what you want to, you know, what you focus on. So if you are literally looking for a cat and you do not freaking see a cat, then you know, no, I am meant to stay with my current doctor or however it is, right? And then Tara's like, my question, my dog is very empathetic. Yep. My friend came over crying and Bella was kissing her years away and sharing her ball, which doesn't do. How do I clear her after so she doesn't carry that? Okay. So here's the thing about animals, right? Your dog, your pets are going to be mirroring what's going on with you. Right. So if you know what I mean, there is this correlation, you know what I mean, that your dog, your pet is teaching you something, you know, so kind of look into that and then look into Danielle McKinnon, right? I'm going to put that in here. So, and then I'll help you out a little bit. So that's Danielle McKinnon, right? So she's really good with soul contracts when it comes to like pets and things like that, right? So yeah, you can literally shield her. You can literally shield her. You can bless her. You can do like a little aura cleansing, you know what I mean, on her and that kind of thing, right? There's literally people who do Reiki just on dogs, you know what I mean, just on animals, you know, that kind of thing. So you can totally do that. You can take a candle, you can smudge her, you know, you can do like everything that you would do for yourself, you know what I mean? And of course, you might have more preferences than others. You can even do a candle however you want to do it. You can even just imagine it, you know what I mean? And it'll really, really help her out. Remember, intention is everything. Oh my God. You were saying 333 yesterday while helping your mom pack. And did you choose B? I'm just curious. Didn't. Okay. Because you'll be okay. It's nice that she's so close, but you can visit now too. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. You guys ready for C? Cut your cords. No freaking kidding. When I was doing this, you know what I mean? And I was trying to cleanse my aura, like right here is where I hold a lot of the energy and I hold a lot of the energy from readings, right? So if you guys practice anything, right? If you guys practice connecting or anything like that, you have to make sure that you close yourself down, right? That you close yourself down and you cut your cords, you know? Okay, okay, Danette. I was gonna say that's really freaking awesome, Danette. I love this. And you see the 333, so you just totally know that spirit's with you. So yeah, and how you cut your cord. So basically, you know what I mean? You have a cord going to every single person you've ever met, even cashiers and things like that, right? And so what we need to do is we need to cut those cords, right? And because if we don't, that means we're always tied to them. So that means if I do a reading on you or even not, like right now, you know what I mean? Like we're having cords to each other, right? And we have to cut those cords. If not, then the energy is still flowing through the cords, right? So you can cut your cords by imagining that there's cords and just going like this. You can pretend they're scissors. You can pretend your arm is an axe, you know what I mean? You can ask Archangel Michael to like cut any cords that no longer serve you. You know what I mean? And you can even like, it's almost like imagining like, okay, wow, why do I feel like there's a cord here? You know what I mean? Ooh, why do I feel like there's a cord here? You know what I mean? And you can kind of like do something like that too, right? And then it says too that you can ask Archangel Michael and that kind of thing for it. But like a lot of us, we like to do things ourselves, you know, so you can ask Archangel Michael in addition to, you know, cutting those cords. And this is also talking about too, that if you have someone that you are um, like that you are thinking like you do not need to have in your life anymore, you know what I mean? Then cut the cord. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you have to send them a letter. It doesn't mean that you have to make this big announcement on Facebook, you know what I mean? But just let it go. You know what I mean? Cut the cords of the people in your life, you know what I mean, that are not no longer for your highest good. You know what I mean? You have changed, you have grown, you have realized it, you know what I mean? And then you can just like cut the cords of some of those energy vampires, of some of those people that, you know what I mean, that aren't good for you anymore. And that's okay because life, you change and you grow and you evolve. You know what I mean? I understand that some friendships are like, it feels like you're breaking up with a person, you know, but it's like, it's just, we all have these seasons in our lives and who knows, maybe they'll come back later on, you know what I mean? You never know. But for right now, you just really have to concentrate, especially if you chose C, you know what I mean? What is happening with your energy, right? Like, where is it going and that kind of thing. And some of it is still going to things in the past that no longer serve you. And it is time to move up. And they're also showing me the root chakra. So if you're having any kind of issues, kind of like what we were talking about, any kind of girl issues, any kind of financial issues, any kind of shaking in your stability, you know what I mean? Like your foundation in life, you know what I mean? Like then cutting those cords and trying to move on, getting rid of some of the emotions that are still attached to some of these situations is really, 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 really going to help you out a lot, right? Yes, like I learned about in that book, connecting with your spirit guides. Yes. I've cut a lot of cord due to bad energy. It was the best for me in my life. Yes. Steve Noble meditations. Okay, sweet. Yeah. So look up Steve Noble, you guys. He has a lot of good cord cutting meditations. What was the first deck? The first deck was this one, Butterfly. And this one was Angel Therapy. You guys, both these are by Doreen Virtue. She's denounced everything, every work that she's done. So more than likely you will not be able to get these for a cheap price. So I think that this one's going for $100 and something dollars. I think that this one's going for like 85 or 100 or so. You can get the what is it called? The knockoffs on Etsy. Um, yeah, I think they have them knockoffs. They don't come with the book. So just to let you know that. So sorry about that. I still love these cards, you know what I mean? And I still think they're the best. And I pray for her every day. And then I hope that, you know what I mean? Maybe I don't know what happened to her, but I wish her all the best. You know what I mean? But her cards are still the best, and I feel like they were made with such love and light. You know what I mean? That I still keep on using them. But okay, I love you guys. Hi, Cannabis Queen. Hi. Okay. Well, I love you guys. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you soon. Remember, no coughing cards next week, but I'll see you after that. Oh, and by the way, you guys, I forgot to tell you that like all of my stuff is 15% off. You know what I mean? So if you go, I forgot to tell you, I'll make a post about it. Um, okay. I just want you guys to know that. Okay, so yeah, there's the code. I'm putting it in. It's 15 off. Okay, if you guys are interested. I love you so much, and I hope you guys have a great week.